Okay, next we will solve some of the problems which is based on the horizontal group of rivets. Horizontal group of rivets. First, let us understand the given problem. So, find the maximum distance B in the figure. This is the given figure. So, figure if the maximum shearing stress on the most heavily loaded rivet is to be 93 MPa. Is to be 93 MPa. Here, what we need to find out? We need to determine the distance called B as shown in this figure. Okay, this is the rivets. So this is a figure which is subjected to this problem. It is a horizontal group of rivets. Horizontal group of rivets. So in this problem, here we need to determine the value of D, the load which is acting on this particular joint, which is 90 kilo Newton. 90 kilo Newton. Okay, this is the given problem. So here we need to determine the distance P. Okay, with respect to this given problem. First, let us find out the CG of the given rivets. So determine the L1, L2, L3, L3 and L4, L5. Okay, then we need to find out the direct shear load, the secondary shear load we need to determine. Apart from that, also we need to determine the resultant load, and finally from that we can find out the distance. Okay, we can find out the distance of the B with respect to this given problem. Okay, now we will find out the value for CG. Okay, if you consider, okay, always you need to start, okay, you need to consider from this point, okay, this as a reference point, this will consider as a 0 or O. So from this point, from this side, okay, this I will consider as X, and this I will consider as Y. Okay, same way you can see this is geometry of this particular the figure. The load which is acting downwards, there is a direct load which is the direct shear, for that FD also. So we know that the FD is nothing but a FD is equal to F divided by the number of rivets, F divided by number of rivets. So the load which is acting in downwards, that's why for all the rivets, the load which is acting in this particular manner. So now you can see here, this is the geometry of this particular figure. So here somewhere here exactly there is a center of gravity, that CG. So from this distance to this distance we'll consider as an X bar. Okay, same way here it is it is comes under horizontal group of the rivets. There is no Y bar, the Y bar will become 0. Okay, so there is no vertical riveting process in this particular joint. Okay, now if we talk about that, how to determine the X bar. Okay, now we know that, we know this the distance in between this in between the rivets. Okay, with respect to that we can easily find out the CG of the rivet. CG, the first parameter, the CG of rivet, CG of the rivet. How to find out that X bar? So first we will find out the X bar. So X bar is equal to X1 plus X2 plus X3 plus X4 plus X5, because this joint is having 5 rivets, divided by the number of rivets, Now this as a reference, we will name this as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, this is as per your requirement. You can name from here or you can name from here. Okay, I will consider this, and this is the first rivet, second rivet, third, fourth and fifth rivet. Okay, with respect to that, so as per your convenient you can name that rivet. Okay, now we will see that how to find out the value of X. Okay, now you can see that if you add, so 75 plus this is 200. So 200 plus 75. So here the X1 is equal to the total 75 plus 200 plus 75. So we'll get X1 is equal to 425 plus X2. So X2 is equal to, this is called an X1, this is called an X1. Okay, so this total distance we'll call it as an X1. So again, if we talk about that X2, so from this rivet you need to consider, so X2, so it should be 425 minus 75. 475 minus 75. Okay, it will gives 350. 350 plus, how to find out x3? Okay, from here. So this is called x3. Okay, again. So 75 plus 200. Okay, 75 plus 200, 275 plus finally x4. So this distance, okay, 75 plus x5, okay, it should be 0, divided by how many number of rivets we have? 5 number. Okay, if you simplify this, we'll get 225 mm. Okay, here there is no vertical group of rivets, directly y bar is equal to 0. Okay, next we need to find out L1, second parameter, find L1 comma L1, L2, etc. Also we need to find out cos theta 1, cos theta 2, etc. and we need to find out the value of E is nothing but an eccentricity. Okay, so here you can see here. So I'll directly write. We know that we already determined that. So L1, L2, L3, L4 with respect to this given problem, I have directly written this as this. We will call it as an L1. So L1 is equal to 200 mm. So L2 is equal to 125. L2 is equal to 125. Okay, plus L3 is equal to 50 mm. From the geometry of this figure, directly I have written L4 is equal to 150 mm and L5 is equal to 225 mm. How to find out that L5? Okay, so you can find out with respect to this as call it as a CG. Okay, with respect to this we will find out the L5 is equal to, you can also cross check that either your x bar is correct or not. Okay, you can see this is called as a 75 plus. So here with respect to this distance we can find out this L5 is equal to 225 mm. You can also cross check that either your answer is correct or not. Okay, from that also you can cross check with respect to this problem. Next, what we need to find out, we need to determine the direct shear. Direct shear load. So FD is equal to total load. FD is equal to total load divided by number of rivets. So here the total load is 90 kilonewton. So 90 into 10 to the power 3 newtons divided by number of rivets is 5. If you simplify this, FD we will get 18 into 10 to the power 3 newtons. 18 into 10 to the power 3 newtons. Same way here we need to simplify the secondary shear. The secondary shear load on rivet 1, 2, 3, etc. Okay, the secondary shear load on the rivet 1, 2, 3, etc. So here F1 is equal to the equation F into E into L1 divided by L1 square plus L2 square plus L3 square plus L4 square plus L5 square. Okay, so if you substitute all the values, here 90 into total load 90 into 10 to the power 3 into E we don't know into 200. So that is called an L1 divided by 200 square plus 125 square plus 50 square plus 150 square plus 225 square. If you simplify this, F1 we will get 137.143 E. In terms of E only we will get, because we don't know the value of E. Okay, same way we need to find out the value. We need to find out the value for F2, F3, F4 and F5. Okay, now you can see here F2 is equal to F1 by L1 into L2. I have directly written here. Now if we substitute that, F1 is equal to 137.143 E divided by L1 200 into L2 125 square 125. Okay, so if you simplify this, F2 we will get 87.714 E. In terms of E only we will get the value. Next, F3 we need to find out. F3 is equal to, so F1 by L1 into L3, that is equal to, so F3 is equal to, sorry, F1 is equal to 137.14 E divided by L1 200 into L3. L3 is equal to 50. So if you simplify this, F3 is equal to 34.286 E. 34.286 E. This is the value for F3. Okay, same way we need to find out F4. Similarly, so here also F1 by L1 into L4. Okay, if you substitute that values with respect to this given equation, F1 is equal to 137.143 E divided by, we know the value for L1, that is 200, into, we know the value for L4, which is 150. If you simplify this, we will get F4 is equal to 102.86 E. 102.86 E. This is a value with respect to this given equation for the F4. Same way we need to find out the value for F5. F5, how to find out the value for F5? F5 is equal to F1 divided by L1 into L5. So if substitute that value with respect to this given equation, we know the value for F1, that is 137.143 E divided by L1, which is 200, into, what is the value for L5, that is 225. If you simplify this equation, F5 is equal to 154.286 E. Okay, so this is the secondary, the shear loads with respect to all the rivets. Okay, next we need to find out the resultant load. Resultant load. Now by saying the configuration, and CG distance, it is clear the couple due to applied load, it is counterclockwise direction. Applied load counterclockwise direction. So therefore the most heavily loaded is 154, is the Rivette number 5 is the Rivette number 5, hence Fr maximum is equal to Fi plus Fd. So here F5 is equal to 154.286 E plus what is the value for Fd? Fd is nothing but a 18 into 10 to the power 3. 18 into 10 power 3. So also Fr max is equal to pi d square divided by 4 into tau. So here Fr max is equal to 154.286 E plus 18 into 10 power 3 is equal to 5 by 4 into diameter, which is 20 square, into the tau which is given in the problem, shear stresses, which is 93. So if you simplify this, we'll get E is equal to 72.7 mm. E is equal to 72.7 mm. Okay. Next, the distance between the CG and load. This is equal to the distance between CG and load, called eccentricity. Okay, here the distance is equal to distance B is equal to 225 minus 72.7 will get 152.3 mm. Value for B is equal to, okay, how we will get this the value for B? Okay, now you can observe carefully. So with respect to this B, you can see how many rivets we have. 5 rivets. 5 rivets we have. Okay, now you can see here 5 rivets we have. So here this is somewhere here we have CG. Okay, this is called CG. So this distance we want. Okay, this distance is called, so here somewhere here the load which is acting P. Okay, the load which is acting. So somewhere here the load which is acting. Now this distance we want. This is called B and this is called E. So with respect to this, we can find out the value. Okay, so this is a given problem.